Hi Pisces, this is your reading with me for September 2021. So I hope you are doing good and we're going to have a look. So this is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus sign for Pisces. And yeah, let's take a look. So I just wanted to mention actually before I start, I have got your cards here. But I just wanted to mention that I do a free reading giveaway every single month. So if you would like to enter for that, then do check out the description box of my video because all the information is there on how you can enter for it. And then also there's the private paid readings that I do, which are available on my website. So they're done within 12 to 24 hours on the same day, which I'm really excited to offer. I've been doing readings for years now, but that time frame specifically is just really quite significant because I know so many of you have burning questions that you want answered fairly quickly. So everything's linked down below. It's on my website as well. And then also on my website, there's intention manifesting items like handmade bracelets, necklaces, anklets, etc. For different areas of your life. There's sage and crystals and, embroidered cards. There's intention pouches, which you can keep around you or put under your pillow as well. So many people, thousands of people have seen results with these. You can check out the review section at the bottom of my website. Okay, and everything is meditated with and saged by me. It's sent from me to you as well. All right, so that's what we have there. All right, so let's have a look, Pisces. Oh, wow. So let me drop that one. Here you are. So Hangman is ruled by Neptune, okay, and Neptune rules Pisces. Well, Pisces rules Neptune. No, Neptune rules Pisces. Either way, they're connected to one another. And the home sign of Neptune is Pisces. So, Neptune's a very spiritual planet, and Pisces is also very, very spiritual, very intuitive, very strong in terms of the gut and the instinct and the third eye. So, a lot of you have sensed, even before September, that something big is going to happen. Something big is going to happen. I'm just going to reaffirm what you've been thinking, okay? Something big is going to happen. And I really feel here as well that it is pending. It's in your karma, which means that it's meant to happen. And the Queen of Pentacles here is about support. It is about care. It is about abundance. It is about expansion in terms of aspects of your career, aspects in regards to many of your relationships as well, and you have just felt like you're more than ready. It's about time that this happens for you. It's about time that it comes to you. And some of you have just felt like, where is it? Where is my abundance? Moonlight, where is my abundance? I know. I will tell you. So I just want to let you know as well that right at the end of September we do have a Mercury retrograde, okay? But what I do also find here as well is that for majority of September, at least the first 3 weeks of September, there is a very, very powerful energy which is aligning you towards things coming into your favor, right? So for example, if you found, I'm just going to give you an example, that someone was stealing your ideas, or the person that you really like is occupied in some way, like other people keep taking their time. What I feel here is that the first 3 weeks of September free up that energy, okay, which means that you kind of get your way, all right, and ultimately that's something that's meant to happen. Now, bear in mind that right at the end of September, there is a Mercury retrograde, which means that there can be some disruptions here with like travel and perhaps also, misunderstandings and things like that. It's very common that happens at the end of the month, but it's more so like things that eventually get resolved anyways. So I wouldn't look into that too much. But also if you are like writing contracts or if you are giving somebody your number, just make sure you reread it, you double check it before sending the paper, the message, the email, whatever it is, because there can be like those kinds of issues that can happen. So I just thought I'd mention that as well. Okay, so the Ace of Swords here shows victory. So there's definitely something big happening here in regards to your career or in regards to your love life where you finally feel like, great, I can finally talk to this person, or great, I can finally have this person like come to me, or great, I finally get to meet this person or do this particular thing or get this thing sorted, which has just, in terms of time, not worked out. So there's something in regards to timing that just was not working out, that finally in September you feel like you can set a new date. And you know what, that new date may not work out perfectly in September, it might be for the month after or so forth, but it really does come together to the point where you feel like, okay, we set new plans, you know, or okay, at least I know when this is going to be resolved, when this is going to come together. It's going to be different for all of you. I also feel like many of you are gaining so much stability in your faith and your spiritual path and your confidence and your strength and your security. You're feeling strong, feeling happy. You are also feeling, you're in this mode of learning, okay? So you might be watching certain documentaries and then you go down that rabbit hole of learning even more about it, which is interesting. So yeah, I went down a rabbit hole recently as well, just watching a bunch of documentaries. You know, it's interesting. I mean, sometimes, you know, you have to take everything with like a pinch of, what do they call it? A grain of salt, pinch of salt, because, you know, sometimes these things can be biased. They can, but also it's just interesting. You know, it's interesting to see what different people have to say about different things and different topics. And ultimately, I feel like many of you will be kind of learning not just one side of things, but both sides of things. And I think that that's interesting because the sun will also be in Libra, where you're not just thinking like, okay, this person is right and only this person is right. It's almost like you kind of gauge that actually, you know what, this person can be right, but actually in a way, so can this person as well. So it's that sort of energy that I am seeing here. Don't get me wrong, there are certain people that are very, very wrong, you know, like serial killers, you know, I mean, that just is not, you know, that is not a right in any way, really. But yeah, anyways, you know, some people go down that rabbit hole too of like, you know, watching those kinds of documentaries. But I thought I just mentioned that because I just thought, and I was like, wait a second, like that's not a right and a, you know, wrong, like that is very wrong. Anyways, so we have here strength. Has anyone watched Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix? It's interesting and it's fascinating. It's just fascinating. You know, you might be going down a pathway in that way. Anyways, so, and actually, do you know what? I was watching one. Should I mention which one I was watching? I guess it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but this is what I mean by certain things can be biased. There was one episode which was to do with the French family, and it's interesting because the stuff that they mentioned in that documentary was only like the peak, or what do they call it? Like it was just like the top layer. There was so much more that you can actually find out online about it that they never even mentioned in the documentary, which would have definitely swayed the public's opinion a little bit more on how it was never solved. Does that make sense? Because I feel like it was quite obvious who committed that particular crime, you know? So anyways, the whole point of this is that just keep in mind that sometimes documentaries themselves can be a bit biased. So anyways, do you know, a lot of you might also feel like I'm seeing things in a certain way, as in you're seeing things in a certain way, and you feel like it's just black and white. Like, for example, you may find that for some of you who have very difficult relationships, you might think, well, it's just like this, isn't it? It's not going to change. It's just like that. That person has an interest in that person, and I'm just sitting here. But actually, you have no idea. That's how you are shown it, but you have no idea what those people are thinking inside. You may not realize that those people are deeply unhappy in their relationships, right? But you might see it from the outside as everything's perfect. Just keep that in mind, okay? That things that you think are the way that they are may not be the way that they are. That's a really big thing, and I feel like that will be an eye-opening thing for many of you. Like, something big will happen where you realize, like, wow, I thought of this thing as just like this, but actually so much more than that. So strength here shows you getting stronger. The Six of Pentacles shows you exploring different sides, you know, to things. And ultimately, I also see here as well hidden things coming to light. So this is epiphanies, these are realizations. You know, Six of Wands is victory. You're learning, you're growing, you're starting to see deeper into things, not just surface level. Ace of Cups shows that there can be someone romantically who's thinking about you a lot. Interestingly, plans are being made here as well, which I definitely feel was going to happen because we did see that before. Yeah, romantically, there is someone who has an interest in you. Even if they kind of show you that they don't have an interest in you, I feel like they might be showing a different version of events. Remember how I mentioned certain things could be shown as very, very different to how they are? Just saying, okay? Especially with the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Cups, which technically combined makes the Ten of Cups, but when you look at them separately, you wouldn't really put it together. But I'm telling you, Pisces, it's a very interesting month where you're going to be putting two and two together. And this is your reading. So if this resonated with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below on information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course the intention items on my website as well. Take care, everyone. Bye.